If you have been a victim of being discouraged, of receiving negative opinions, of being put down for the ideas, for the imagination, for the interests that you believe your future has, for the life, for the dreams that you know you're supposed to pursue, this video is for you. Listen, I'm here to tell you 3 reasons why I believe you deserve to go after your dreams and why you should not let negative opinions, you should not let people putting you down, you should not let people discouraging you from pursuing the dreams, for pursuing the dream life that you know deep inside you're called for. Okay, now before I give you the 3 reasons, it's very important we lay this foundation. Listen, it's very unfair for you to limit yourself, for you not to go for your dreams, to not become the person that God has created you to be, to not become the woman that God has created you to be, simply because someone is saying you can't do it. Because guess what? I'm looking at my notes so that I don't go off the rails. But I want you to believe, I want you to understand this. It's very simple. People share their opinions. People give their opinions based on their understanding, based on their based on the information they have, based on the exposure that they have, based on the based on their perspectives. That is what they actually believe. And that's why they're sharing it. But I don't think you should say, okay, I can't just because somebody A said so. You can't say, I don't think I'm cut out or I'm cut out for this. I don't think I can do this just because somebody B said it. And sometimes it's very painful because sometimes these opinions are from people who are close to us. These opinions are from our family members. They can be from our friends. They can be from our teachers, even from the people that we look up to, and sometimes even our role models. Unfortunately, they can be blinded not to see the greatness that is in us. It happens. I think you listening to negative opinions, you listening to limiting opinions and beliefs is doing yourself a disservice. So the first reason why I believe you should not, those negative opinions, being put down, discouragement, limit you from going after your dreams is, listen, they, whatever they is or who that is, did not put those ideas, that dream inside of you. They did not plant that inside of you. It is not them who planted that inside of you. That's why it doesn't make sense to them. You have to understand that. It is God who put that inside of you. Remember in Jeremiah 1:5, it talks about how he knew us before he formed us in our mother's womb. Imagine, before you were even a concept, before you were even a creature, before you were even a baby, before you were even a zygote, God knew you. It means you existed before you existed physically. There was a you before you became tangible, before you became a substance, before you became matter, before you became a baby. That was a you. And I want you to believe that. Whatever it is that you feel is calling you, the ideas. Listen, you're not crazy. You're not crazy for the ideas, for the imaginations, for the interests that you have, that you keep finding yourself being pulled towards. You're not crazy for that. That's simply the you that existed before you even became a baby, calling towards you, calling upon you to go ahead and fulfill the things that God has for you. You have to understand that. So that's the first reason. The second reason is you're two different and unique human beings. Just because they failed, oh, they couldn't do it, doesn't mean that you cannot do it. It would be unfair for you to make a major decision like canceling on your dreams, canceling on your imaginations, giving up on your imaginations, giving up on your ideas just because someone else failed to do so. That is projection. They are basically projecting their fear onto you. You are not them and they're not you. It doesn't matter if it has never been done in the family, it has never been done in the clan, it has never been done in the society, in the country, in the continent, in the world. It does not matter. You're not them. It does not matter. You're different human beings, and you're called for different things, for a different life. No one is called to live the same exact way as someone else. We're all unique human beings with unique purposes and unique callings. So why would you give up on your calling just because someone else could not do it? And maybe sometimes I think you can try understanding them because this is new to them. It has never been done before, especially if it's something that is new, maybe like an invention or maybe a major innovation. It's understandable. It has never happened. How are they supposed to have an understanding of that? They cannot fathom that reality. They cannot fathom that idea. They cannot fathom it. It doesn't make sense to them. But it makes sense to you because it is in you, because you're called for it. Okay? Listen, do not allow another human being to stop you from dreaming your full life. Your dream from to stop you from living your full life. Okay? And the third reason is that you don't want to be left grieving of what could have been, the life that you could have had, that you could have lived, that you could have lived. It's such a sad place to be. And sometimes you can say, okay, let me do it right now. But it will cost you so much. Maybe it will cost you with so much. You don't have enough time anymore. Maybe you don't have enough funds or resources like money anymore like you used to. Maybe you don't have the I don't know. See, the thing is, the word of God says in Ecclesiastes that there is a time there is a time for every season, and I think time for every purpose. Sometimes there are things that are tied to a certain season, and when the season passes, it can it just can't be done anymore. Or if it can be done, it wouldn't be to this to a greater effect, like if it was done at its um planned season or respective season. So please don't put yourself in a position where you have to like grieve what could have been done, that what could have been, how your life could have been, how you could have succeeded, how you could have lived your dream life, how you could have brought your ideas to life, how you could have brought your imaginations to life, how you could have succeeded in those interests. You're not crazy. You're not crazy for the ideas, interests, and the imaginations that keep coming back to you. You're not crazy for that. Listen, in Psalm 139, verse 16 to 17, this is what the word of God says. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. How precious are your thoughts about me, oh God? They cannot be numbered. Listen, what God says and thinks about you should supersede human opinions. See, here the psalmist is saying God's thoughts about you are precious. How can something precious be something that is a failure? If it's precious, it means it's good. It means it can succeed. It means it's wonderful. It means it's amazing. It means it's good. So why would you fail when God already has things so preciously of you? Remember in verse 16, it says, He saw you before you were born. Remember what I said in about Jeremiah 1, chapter 1, verse 5. He says that every day of your life was recorded in his book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. See, this is what I believe. Call me crazy, but this is what I believe. Your let me say this right. The person that God intended you to be, I believe, is the one calling you towards the ideas, the dreams, the interests, the imaginations. And I believe that's why these things can't just leave your mind. You just can't, there are ideas you just can't let go of. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. And you're probably letting them go. You're probably giving up on these ideas. You're probably saying, I don't know if I can succeed in this, because of people's negative opinions, because of people's discouragement. Listen, I already told you, they don't understand the person that you are. They didn't create you. How are they supposed to understand the things that God has called you to be? It's not possible. Listen, go for it. Do not give up. Do not give up. Even if you have to drag yourself, do it. Your future self will thank you so very much for it. Thank you so much for listening. Take care and bye.